Welcome to channel Skill Philip. In this video, we will be covering what is the difficulty level of AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner or AWS CCP exam, what are the exam details, then what are the recommended courses and practice tests to prepare for this exam, some preparation tips for this exam, and finally, why to get AWS CCP certification. So let's get started. On the AWS certification page, we can find the details of available AWS certifications. So as we can see, AWS CCP is the most fundamental level exam and very minimum prior experience on AWS Cloud is required to get started with this certification. Even if you have no prior knowledge on AWS platform, you can start preparing for this certification. It is also the most easiest exam out of all other AWS certifications. Now talking about exam details, the passing marks required to pass this exam is 700 out of 1000 and this is quite less as compared to other AWS certifications which require 720 or 750 passing score. The time limit given is 90 minutes. But in case you feel you need extra 30 minutes for this exam, you can get it using ESL plus 30 minutes benefit. Find the link here to know details of how to get this extra 30 minutes benefits. The cost is $100, which is again less than other AWS exams. The exam format is multiple choice, multiple answer, which means you'll have one question and multiple options to choose from. And you have to either select single answer or multiple answers as indicated in question. And the exam delivery type is either testing center type or online proctored one. Now you can give your all AWS exams from home through online proctoring. Here is the link to know details of how to take AWS exam from home. Now the major topics asked in these exams are around basic cloud concepts, identifying AWS services, security compliance, AWS well-architected framework, architecting on AWS, and some other topics like AWS support plans, shared responsibility model, AWS infrastructure, and billing and pricing. AWS has also provided good digital videos for explaining AWS well-architected framework, shared responsibility model, and other topics around this exam. So you can check out on their website, or we will discuss about the links to these videos in the upcoming section. So let's discuss the recommended courses and tests provided by both AWS and other third-party vendors. So on the AWS certification page, we can scroll down and find the materials provided by AWS to prepare for this exam. Just expand this section of foundational level AWS certification and you can find the Cloud Practitioner section. So if you click on the sections here, you can see the download exam guide option, and if you click on it, you can see that they have provided a document which explains the syllabus for the exam and also it tells that the passing score is 700. You can check this section to get into the details of what all things are asked in exam. Similarly, they have provided the sample questions which cover the basic 10 questions. The difficulty level of these questions is much easier than the questions asked in actual exam. Then there is a section to explore the AWS training, and now this video, the AWS Cloud Practitioner Essential video, is the much recommended video provided by AWS. You should surely watch this video. Although the contents of the video is quite dry and you might find it boring, but it is the most recommended video which is provided by AWS which you can watch. Then here is the section for white papers and FAQs. You should refer the recommended links here. Then the exam readiness training. If you are interested, you can take this webinar. And here is the link to the AWS practice exam. So the question asked in the AWS practice exam are not similar or difficulty level is different than the actual AWS exam. And I will also recommend you the practice exams from other third-party vendors which will be similar or the difficulty level will be similar to the actual AWS Cloud Practitioner exam. But before we move ahead, I wanted to show you one more thing. The much detailed document by AWS that you can refer. So just click on this Explore More AWS Cloud Practitioner training link. And if you open it and scroll down, you will find this section of AWS Ramp Up Guide Cloud Practitioner 1. So just click on the Get It Now option. And yes, you can see here a much detailed document where they have provided you the list of resources which you can refer. So here are the fundamental level ones. And see, you can see here the AWS Cloud Practitioner Essential video recommended and some more videos or the documents on shared responsibility model. You can refer all these links here. And also they have provided the links to the hands-on labs. You can also try the hands-on labs here. And the sample questions and the practice exam links are also given here. Now talking about the recommended courses and tests by other third parties, just go to the udemy.com and type AWS Cloud Practitioner in the search bar. And here you can see the recommended or the best-selling courses. I personally recommend the courses from Stephen Marek and from the Neil Davis. They are really good courses, and usually Udemy provides great discounts on courses when their sale is going on, and they frequently have those discount sales going on their website. So you will get those courses in much lesser amount when there is a sale going on this website. And also for the practice test, here is the most recommended one. This AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner 6 Full Practice Exams by Mozdora Education. And here is one more practice test link by wizlabs.com. You can also refer to the test provided by wizlabs.com. So here are some preparation tips to get started with AWS CCP preparation. Firstly, to get started, start with a good quality course and also read the documentation provided or recommended by AWS. Once you are confident with it, then try to read the white papers and FAQs to boost up your knowledge. And then you can start taking the practice test. This practice test can range from the easy level ones, the sample questions which I recommended previously, or you can take the good quality or good difficulty level practice tests by third parties or by AWS. So here, try to score at least 60 to 70% in this test because the actual exam passing score is 700, and here also your target should be to at least score above 70%. So once you start getting those score, which is very good score, then you can aim to attempt your actual AWS exam. So this should be your recommended workflow or the strategy to prepare for your AWS CCP exam. And the final question is, why to get AWS CCP? So here are some good reasons why. Anyone who is not even from technical background or who is having no idea about AWS Cloud or any prior experience on it can get started on AWS. This is a very basic level exam and you can always start from scratch here. It also gives you a good knowledge for the billing and sales part, and you will get a good understanding of how to calculate the cost for this AWS services and the platform, and how you can save and keep a track of the billing and the sales. Also, you can make yourself familiar with the future AWS certifications because this one is basic and you will get comfortable or familiar to the way AWS assess you or takes your exam. Also, the preparation time is very less. Usually it takes around 2 to 4 weeks or maximum 1 month to prepare for this certification. So you can easily and quickly get started. Now also, here are some cons. The major con here is it won't help you much for your job profile or resume or CV. So for that, you will be required to get at least associate level certifications. You can always mention that in your CV or resume, but it won't provide you that much weightage on your resume. And the second thing is, it will provide you less hands-on or technical experience on AWS. You will be required to take a deep dive or go ahead with associate level exams if you want to gain some technical experience or get comfortable with using AWS platform. Hey, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel Skill Phillip and share it with all of your colleagues. All the best for your AWS journey.